Hello, hello. Good morning or good afternoon. Oh, no. Good morning. Welcome to another ES Futures trading stream. Yeah, today is Friday. It is end of the week. It is October 10th. The 10th. It is 11:49 a.m. Eastern time in the US. Okay. We have just seen something. What we have seen here is one of the most virulent liquidations that we have had, or that we have happened in a while, in quite a while. The market has taken back maybe almost 140 points in a matter of, I think, in less than an hour, right? With most of that decline in the first 10-15 minutes. Impressive, really impressive. I had heard coming into this day, I really had nothing here. Really don't. I don't want to say anything else here. Having watched what happened yesterday with the break that we have yesterday in the ES and the inside bar, the inside day in Nasdaq, that left a really extremely high, extremely weak highs here, right? Extremely weak highs. And what I have seen today was, in my opinion, short covering. The squeeze of this long shorts here that ended in the morning. Same goes to the ES, right? And the next thing that happened here is something that I have talked, and we talk a lot here, and it is one of the key factors of this business, which is uncertainty. We really have to give a space, we have to give a place for uncertainty in whatever thing we may be doing at the time, at any given time. And that came, and today we know, for example, we knew that the extreme weakness that all of this rally has had, right? I had from yesterday, I have a what is this? Non-completed action here in these areas in the market I trade. An area of support resistance that I've been talking for a while around the 66 area, which is this one here, right? And all the weakness that we have below, questionable lows here, pull back to sell, very mechanical, questionable low down here, questionable low down here, and probable area of support around these areas. Now the thing is, do you remember this? Right? Do you remember these areas, for example? Because they are far back in time. Maybe like 2-3 weeks ago. This is from the 26th, no, September 26th. Is from when we have this area here, right where the market is now, for example, right? And many times, you know, this market just keep going higher and higher. And sometimes they fall, right? Just because of their own weight, which is what happened here and what happened here in these days here that we can see. But there is just no selling there. There is just, the sellers are not just there, right? And the market keeps going higher, not because the buying is strong, but because there is just no sellers. And sometimes the market needs a catalytic to break. And that catalytic came today in form of news right? With President Trump getting out there, I don't know what happened. I really don't know, didn't know what happened. I was just watching this market here, observing I have already labeled the low as a non-excess low when the market was kind of like in this area, really having nothing here. Also, I came back late today because I have things to do in the morning. I couldn't leave. And I saw after suddenly, just in matter of seconds, the market broke 10, 20 points, right? Coming boom, boom, boom down in fraction of a second. And say, what the heck is going on here? And sometimes you just have to react and figure out later, right? And when I find out the news, right, I have just say, I mean, this is it, right? This is, I was aware of I was aware of all of the weakness that this market has here in the lower side. That I have just leave these references just to show you, because these are not valid anymore. These have been corrected, right? This one has been corrected. The lack of excess here is, for me, it's not relevant anymore. This one also. In just one fraction, in just a couple periods, all of the weakness that I have been recording or storing is just gone, right? The one that I'm erasing now, went to the upside. All of this gone. Right? Nothing here. Now I see a market that is extremely short. Inventory is very, very short. And when this break was happening, there were several times in which the market attempted a buy, right? Accumulation, big buying coming here. These areas here, pointing to the upside, right? This is maybe the reaction or the first reaction of the potential innovators that just are trying to hold this market, right? Or maybe just areas that were fueled with stops or entries or whatever, right? But there was just, I saw buying coming, but it was just crazy, right? The last thing I want to do here or is being a buyer, because I got the structure of the market that was being left behind and got the piece of news. Now, the next thing after that, inventory is extremely short. I start to think where this market can stop. A logical place again, the 6,700. There can be some back and forth here. And this is when I call my daily charts. This is the trend, the weekly trend. Market got down to there. It's right there right now. Can it get to the 6,600 today? I don't know, but we have a lot of time yet, even though inventory is very short. Sometimes also, when we have this kind of news, the market has a knee-jerk reaction. Sometimes the movement is retraced the same very shortly afterwards. Sometimes the very same day. I'm not saying that's going to happen, right? But it is within the realm. It is within the realm of the possibilities. Now, I have this also. This market now has, in the daily time frame. Remember, I do mostly ES. In the daily time frame, I don't care about the market getting up to this range or getting below this. it has got way below this now, and now the next one is this, and the next one. The next thing I can see here is this trend. I just put this, when the market was going low, I just put this trend line. Well, this market can stop, potentially make a stop before either going lower or doing some kind of range trading here. And that's when I saw these dips being bought here, and I just put a trend here, a trend line here. It may coincide now with this breakout from this all-time high. This one is not relevant anymore. This one is not relevant either. This one might be something here. Right, and right down below the 50 moving average around the 6600. But inventory is extremely short now. Very, very short. Right. Volume is coming, keeps coming. There is the thing that I am seeing right now as it develops, for example. This is a logical place to sell, very questionable though. It has failed to close this gap, this distribution here. But what I don't like is that is held back too. And there is a lot of pressure to the downside actually. There's a lot of pressure to the downside. But now it's very evident now. It's very evident now. Everybody's lined up to the downside, and this is when I can see some back and forth, back and forth, back and forth here. I am flat now. Right. I'm ready to get back in the market. But the first thing that needs to happen, in my case, right, after doing this observation is I need to reset, which I consider I did. I have reset, and I just got to keep observing the market and what it does, right? The market, this could have been an opportunity, but I don't like the fact that it is right. I have right hard back here, right there. Volume is extremely high relative to the previous days. I said volume, I said the market overall. It was higher, for example, in the opening. Right? But notice this huge, right? How it differentiates from this one. So this market can end actually way up here if it continues. Okay. I haven't seen Nasdaq. I didn't pay attention to Nasdaq at all today. I mean, after the break or after the news. Now, remember, we have this this government shutdown. Anything can come out of that as well. Got to be very conscious of those kind of things. This area has been corrected. I don't remember what was here, but I just had the marks there. This low also coincides with an area that was established during this day, a heavily traded area, the 6660, right, potential support. And the one I have here, 6440, what is this, 50, 64, I think this is this trend line that I have here. That's it, right? This is it. No, this is the one that I have here. Remember, I don't try to be exact here. Exactness kills here. But this reference here is this one. This one here is this trend line. Let me see if I can take a screenshot. This one here is this trend line here. From the daily time frame in my day, in my daily, weekly, monthly charts here. Accumulation here, volume. This is an inside bar, it's opening inside bar. There's some weakness now here. Okay, just got to be very careful here. Got to be, because the volatility has suddenly has increased. What is the volatility here? 20. We got 20. And actually, let me call. What is this? Live news. Where's Trader TV? It's called Trader TV. Let's see what these guys have to say. Keep an eye on your daily time frame charts. There can be some back and forth here before the market decides something else. Okay, and this has been, you know, the taco trade is very popular as well, no? Taco standing for Trump, always checking out. And after this massive, impressive breaks, we see some consistent recovery. Also, October is a month, historically has been a month when volatility is high, right? And when you know that, when you read those kind of things, well, of course, nothing is, you know, if one can trade based on what happened before, things would be beautiful, right? It doesn't work like that. But at least getting to know that, okay, October is no for volatility, market is at all-time highs, very extended market, and everything was just being so good so far. There was nothing here, right? There was nothing that was pointing to the downside that could challenge this market, regardless of the weakness that we have been observing, we were talking about. There was nothing here. Everybody was agreeing in this market is just going to go to the moon. There was nobody out there that was talking otherwise. When everybody agrees on something, okay, I got to be very careful. I got to be very careful. All right. Now, there is a change in the weekly time frame now. 6,600, I think it's a possibility. It could be a possibility, but it would be, to do that, this market will have to have an extensive downside extension. Would be very short. Let's grab, I guess this is the weekly low. 66, 24, 25, is this it? No, it's this one, is it? Yeah. This weekly low here, it is the modified trend. This is the next weekly low. Below that, we got another one at 66.11, which is this. Right? We are just there. Let me save this chart. I got a lot of modifications here. Let me save this. Okay. The previous one, 66.93. This one here. is weekly low up here. Okay, weekly low, weekly low, weekly low, and the market is just there. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This one, I'm talking about this one, and this one. And notice this trend line here. How many times I have shown you this? And the market has been bought right from that. Remember what happened when we have this trend line here? 3 days, very mechanical, and what happened after that and what's happening now? Now we're having the same thing this time in the weekly time frame. So the development of these events make time to show, because this is a weekly time frame, or it can be shown. No, you can't trade them to get back inside this range, because right now we have two distributions in the monthly time frame. In the weekly time frame, huh? We have this distribution here, this range here, okay, and we have this other range down here. And this is how there's another well-known strategy out there for traders. What day is this? It starts, this is the week of the 15th. Let me see where the 15th is. 15 is Wednesday, Monday, September 15. What? Is it? Is it? Yeah, from here to here. What I'm going to do, let's see if I can do that. Okay, let me duplicate this chart so I don't damage the other one. Because I want to do something that traders do a lot. Where is the 15? Is this the 15? This is the 15. 11, 12, 15. Yeah, this is actually, look at this. Starting this day, this is basically say December contract. And right now, this market is basically at the same price at the point where this contract has opened. So all of the longs that all the long inventory has been removed. It's pretty much neutral now. Oh, other coins. Look at this, right? Did you see that? Did you notice that, Sterling? Because this is when the volume starts. Look at this. This is why I do this kind of observations here, right? I grab them and put in there. C5 started here with 1.7 million being traded that day. What I'm going to do is I'm going to merge these profiles. Merge profile begin, merge profile ends here. All right, look at it. Okay. Very weird. Now the other range, this range here starts, I don't think I will have enough data on my charts. June 30th. Do I have that one here? I don't have it here. But that inventory is basically gone, yeah? Because that contract is gone. Just as plain, simple as that. What day is this? Now this is August here. That's way, I don't have enough data here. I don't want to just, But let's join these profiles from here all the way to here. Right? I will have two. Okay, this is by basically. Notice. Let me see if I can make it smaller. Okay, just check the histograms or this data here. Okay, and what do I have here right now? I'm going to try to line up with this. So basically, we have a very weird profile in the upper side. Come on. Something like this. Accumulation in the upper side, right? You have a peak here, and below. You know, this part here is down here. The trade consists, you know, when you actually, but you have to be aware of these things all the time, at all times, right? When the market comes to this area, or comes to these areas here, the trade is to the opposite side here. It can, you know, depending on what the conditions are, it can go up here, or it can try and be rejected as well. This is just one way to see the markets, right? This one as well. Now it has get through, right? Notice how much inventory there is up here. Right? It's not as much volume as we will have down here. Look, notice the reds we have here, but this is white area. Mostly this is the value area on this time frame, right? But the market has taken this one out, the first part, taking this to the second one out. This is the second part. Now we have another one here that is in progress now. But this distance is just impressive. It has to make it really fast, almost to the opposite side, right? Almost to this area here. This area here. In here. To fuel this, remember, most of the trade has been short time frame trading. This break is based on news. There's not even, right? There's not even a real news in the sense that there are tariffs that are going in place. Just the speculation, right? That the president may put tariffs, right? Is thinking to put tariffs on China, or increase the tariffs on China. Who is going to? I mean, if doing that is going to be really bad. It's going to, if that materializes, the Fed is going to be really bad for the Fed, right? Because what they are trying to achieve, inflation and jobs, they are going to be in the corner, basically, right? Really, really narrow margin for error. But trading wise, this trade, I would say right now, I would say this is 95% developed, right? Most of our losses, you know, occur when we try to capture. I'm not saying that the market is going to come down to here, but how much this represents, right? If I take this if I take this range as a potential trade, right? Because this bigger traders, this is what I do, right? You just can read the way how they trade, right? If this is 100% and the market is down here, how much that represents of the whole thing, right? What is left is a fraction. I'm trying to capture the last 10%, the last 15% can be very dangerous. All right? Just exercise caution here. Okay, where the market is, what is this? 60 down here. Okay, I don't like this to begin with. Okay, this is 60. This is 60 down here. We have significant buying here. Look at the buying. That's I'm not saying buying, but the volume. What is this? 70. 70. You have. Let's label this. I'm going to label here. Okay. First, let me remove all these things. I gotta let this one go. Check this high, where it is. Right here, huh? I'm going to let this one go. This one go. This one go. This one go. This is my area of support on the upper side. In this case, it's a resistance now. This is resistance for this. I'm going to move the distribution closer. Oh, by the way, this distribution has been closed, huh? I haven't seen that. Oh, I missed that. Gosh. Okay. Still don't. Did I? Is this rotation? No, this is not. This is a trending day. Look at this, huh? Trending days. We have had in the last 10 days, maybe like 8 to 9 trending days. Some sort of trend. Okay. Going to leave this one here because I think it's important. Instead of doing that, I'm going to highlight my that's the first sign of weakness here. Distribution close on the upper side, very elongated to the downside. Inventory is very short. Distribution close. Weekly low. I'm going to leave this weekly low here. This distribution from this day has been closed as well. This, well, oh my bad. This is not the reference. I don't know why I have that one there. This is a very questionable low here. Which makes this low questionable as well. Okay. Okay, this is adding something that is the main hold here. Check at this. Check out this low here. Look at volume. One there. Volume has just dry here. One there. Do we have one here as well? Yeah, one here. This is a perfect buy. This is a really nice buy here. Are we going to see some sideways trading here? Who knows? This reference that I have here is, let me bring my daily charts again. I think it's this one here. Is it? I don't know why I put that one there. Oh yeah, is this low here? have this range here, this low here, that's this one here. Is it? No, that's a weekly low here. 88. What the heck? What the heck do I have 88? 93. 66, 93. Is this 66, 93? No, this is 66, 93. Oh, what the heck is this? Oh, okay. I know what it is. All right. That's when the market was ranging and going higher, ranging, going higher. It formed a range here and gave us a high here. The high of this range is this mark here. It's too far back in time to be of relevance, but the market is kind of like paying attention here to that. But I don't consider that to be of relevance now. Right? There's a breakout to that range. That breakout is tested and then goes back here. It goes back again. The next time it comes back to test, it doesn't even reach to this one, and up we go. Okay, that is this line here. You can see that is this one here. So you just have an idea. I think most important than that, or I can use either of these ones. I rather use the weekly low here. Okay, the weekly low, because everybody can see that. What else? Inside bar. We got an inside bar. We got an inside bar in Nasdaq when everything, all these things on Nasdaq also are history now. The weakness in the upper side has been corrected. Erase it. Erase. 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 I got a lot of job to do here, getting rid of all these things here. The all-time high has no excess. This one, erase. This one, erase. This day is history. Let's erase this one. Let's erase this one. This one is history as well. Who cares about that now? This one too. So really nice charts, right? Really very clean chart in Nasdaq now. Very clean charts. I haven't checked the daily, weekly, and monthly. Let's check that thing. Let's check those ones too. Let's see what's going on there. Remember, if you have any comments, please just let me know. What is your appreciation of the market? I would love to hear. This is the Dow. We talk about the Dow, how the Dow has really nice excess. Look at where the Dow is being bought. You have now has the 50. So this is an area that can stand for this market. Add that to what we have just seen in the ES. The weekly has taken 1, 2, 3 weeks lows out. Is coming back, probably it could make a stand here or challenge. Okay, this could be next. It can challenge this high here, because the same fashion as the ES, it has a range down below. Again, man, what the? I don't like these things. Why I have it? This is much better. in my opinion, of course. All right. And Malcolm, this market can make a stand around the 45,800. Nasdaq, let's check Nasdaq. Ooh, look at what Nasdaq is. It can buy from this. This is in this trend line here. Has taken this range out. These two. There's excess here now below this. This can stand. Notice this little trend here. Right? This one here. I'm not saying that's going to happen. Right? Here, breakout. This breakout has been taken. Probably we can challenge this. Challenging this high removes all the September inventory. There is still some long inventory here in this market, and actually will start getting short. I'm very close to the 50, which is not a bad reference in this case, right? Once there is a direction here, it might challenge this, but remember again what we talked earlier. Government shutdown. The break is based on news based. Russell 100. Same story. Basically same story as the other indices. And this is just, look at this, man. This is just, come on, man. Look at this. Three things. It's not even taking taking action. It's just some rambling getting out there. The break happened because the market was too long, man. Inventory is very short. I don't think as yesterday. Oh, another thing. There's another thing. Another reason why I got with this break is, regardless of what happened in Nasdaq, okay, because this was an inside bar, and I didn't care actually about Nasdaq today. What I catch my attention yesterday was the elongation of yesterday's profile. Okay, this profile is, even though there's accumulation on the lower side, but it doesn't look like this, for example, right? This is there's a lot of long liquidation here and short covering follow. This one is more elongated to the downside. Right, so there could be something to the downside. That was within the odds, right? I didn't know. I'm not saying that I knew this was going to happen, but it was not even in my radar, right? But I did have that observation. That was the main observation from yesterday. My main observation for the day before, which was, remember what I said, right? That this rally that we have seen, where it was, this one, I believe, right, was one of the weakest trending days that I have seen in a long time. I am not that sure now that I would like to sell a rally as I did yesterday. My view of the market is different. There is, I said I was going to start to add this 6680. Okay, let's check this out. Where's rectangle? 6680. Where are you? 80 here. Are you 80? Yeah, you are 8150 actually. Let's do it here. This one here comes down in regular trading hours. and I have 1.5. There's a big volume here coming up here also, 7 point something. And I noticed below also there was some big ones. This is 2000. Notice where it is. Where it is, 70, right? 70, and this is 80. How much I have here? 1.5, right? How much I have down here? 2K. Something's going on now. Uh-oh. God damn, what the heck happened here? I hate when these things happen. Gosh, man. God. Ugh. It just went out of scale. The heck? What the heck is happening here? I think this is a glitch here now. Oh, come on, man. Come on, come on, come on. Oh. Oh. Well, I guess I will need to open. I will need to close this one. No change saved. And reopen it again. I was recording the 70 here. That's 2K. 2000. Just let's do 2 there. The 80 was, how much do you have in 80? 1.5. Look at these big volumes here, 84, 700. And that one's up here. Can you see this decreasing now? First was everything. I'm going to use this as an area of interest only. Okay, that's massive volume there. But it's very hard to trade this market without. I don't know how for example Tom Hugar can do it without volume coming, without having anything here. One of the reasons how I get short here is when I see, for example, these volumes in here. Once the market took this one, this volume accumulated around this area here, right? And then started to retrace. There was a big accumulation as the market went back going higher. Volume keep increasing, get back inside. It has a little bit of upside extension here, right? But it left. When that happened, let me show you what happened here. This is, I guess this is that period. Is it? This is the big break, and this period is this one. Huh? As did that happen, yeah, there was these blocks here, big buyings here. I mean, on there's no way to know that, right? But the difference was most likely there was some buying there because this is positive, right? It was positive, but there was tremendous pressure to the downside. The structure was tremendously weak. That if this level, in this case was 29, this area in general did not hold, right? Did not hold. The odds that there was some significant downside were high, were increased. That didn't happen. And as the market came back here, retraced it, and went through this, it's really hard to get short up here. Because what do you have, right? The potential, the upside, right? Shorting that market in this area, right? It risks actually all of this, at least to here. This market could have come all the way to the 84 and still be or have potential to the downside during that period. One of the keys was, remember, this was support resistance. It was support resistance that we have talked pretty much the whole week and even the past week as well. It actually started last week, right? It started last week. It didn't even get closer or to that 66. And it was like 10 points away, something like that. And volume dried there. There was tremendous short inventory here, but it just didn't carry through, man. Right? And it started to grind lower, back through this one again. And once it get to this low here, it started to have some downside acceleration here. It started to, I guess it was here, not here, but it started to move faster. So then you have your trader. That's how I was monitoring. I'm saying this because I don't know if this can be of help for you, but that's how I monitor. Because it's important. It's important to monitor market as well. Once you have a trade, it's important to monitor. And that part is very, very stressful. And you put a lot of effort into that. Now this is an inside bar that has break to the upside, did not follow through. Now we are in the opposite side. Let's see if there's a breakout to the downside and if it has followed through. This area can be resistance now. How much volume is coming? It just dries. All right. I hope this has helped to how can I say, replan your trade. There was a lot of no, actually, I didn't have anxiety today. This was one of the quietest days regarding anxiety. I didn't have. I have minimal anxiety today. And I think that's an improvement. I always comparing myself to myself. Right? I don't compare myself to anybody else out there. There are better traders, there are worse traders, but I just compare to myself. If I can be at least 0.1% better person than I was yesterday, I think that's good. I think that's an improvement. All right. If you don't have any questions or comments, we'll be calling it a day. I wish you a good weekend. Stay safe. See you.